What's good with my people, man? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate all y'all, man. I'm gonna always start my videos off with a thank you. I appreciate the community. You know, without y'all, I can't be growing, and we can't grow. So, yeah, I thank y'all. I appreciate it. And again, for right now, until probably like August 31st, I'm gonna try to get y'all on a schedule of uploads. So I'm gonna try to upload at least every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So those 4 days, it's gonna be the days I'm trying to get y'all uploads. Remember, it's always gonna be an upload at 7:57 a.m. That's my angel numbers. I see those numbers all the time. So we gonna always release an upload at 7:57 a.m. I'm in California, Sacramento, California. So that's Pacific time. So if you East Coast, it's gonna be like what, 10:57. I'm not sure about the rest of y'all. Y'all gonna have to do the numbers, but it'll be 7:57 a.m. Pacific time. But with no further ado, man, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell if you haven't already so you're always notified. We're gonna get right into it. Let's go.
Need to hear part 24.
Call them planet situation, which is, you know, when you really find out what's going on and what's happening on Earth, it's very depressing, and it totally fits with biblical prophecy, because it appears that both gray aliens and reptilians are feeding on human bodies. That's one of the things that you learn. We need to get rid of these human traffickers. We need to get these aliens out of here, because they are demons. And it's worse than you think. It's a lot worse than you think. What's going on with the border? Most of those people are not going to become American citizens. That's what they call a meat wagon.
Meat wagon.
And I heard about meat wagons all the way back in 2010. They let people through the border, they put them on a bus, they drive them into an underground base, and whatever happens from there.
We are very much aware of that. I wasn't going to get into that in this, but since you bring it up, it's confirmed through so many sources, people on the ground. We know that's happening. You're exactly right. And it's not just children, it's adults too.
You know, we're talking about Christianity, we're talking about demons, and I want to make some dots connect, okay? So that you understand that what the Bible was talking about is absolutely true. So the Greys apparently don't need the victim to be tortured at all. They could take any human, and it doesn't matter. But with the Draco, they really need the victim to have suffered. Part of what they feed on is the energy that we release in death, in suffering. Right? There is a way to feed on that, apparently, energetically. And I've got through.
Hey, I think, let me know if the Grays was the ones behind Fourth
remember
Con.
when the police used to walk around with those billy clubs all the time? So before the plastic kind came out, they used to make them out of wood. But let's be more specific. They used to use the wood from trees where black people had been lynched. You're talking about some sadistic, ritualistic, symbolic, bloodthirsty human beings. You know how evil, how screwed up in the mind you gotta be to only want to make billy clubs out of trees where black people had been lynched. You see the connection, the emotional trauma, the emotional terror, the symbolic terror that they placed on black people. Y'all gonna hit that follow button.
Hey, am I tripping? But my main question would be, who's the first person who came up with that idea? Who's the first person who said, we're going to use this and this is what we're going to do? We're going to take the wood from the trees that a black person was hung, we're going to use them as a billy club. Like, come on. Who came up with the idea, first of all? Because I want to know what his childhood and upbringing was like. But my second question would be, how popular it became amongst the masses. What happened to those people? What made them that evil, that wicked? Like, that should be the main two questions. That should be the main two questions. Because if we could figure that out on what their upbringings was like, or what made their mind make that decision and be so adamant that that was okay to do, and it became normal, like, maybe we could stop that from happening again. Because y'all know what they say. The person who doesn't know his history or her history, you know, like, history bound to repeat itself to those who don't know it. So, like, maybe we could figure that out, you know? I don't know. That may be a reach, but just an idea. Just an idea. But damn, they do us bad, don't they?
Okay. Guys, I'm just gonna piss some people off. Baby formula shortage, right? My daughter has currently been looking for every single day. She goes to the store to find soy formula for my brand new grandson. I've got formula in the back of my truck. And I'm fixing to show you what the fuck they're doing with it. Y'all, that's pallets of baby formula.
Damn.
They're dumping them. That's what they're doing with them. There's pallets. Look like pallets.
Look like population control to me.
I wondered why they had it stored outside. That's baby formula. They're breaking them down off those pallets. Trying not to be seen. They're breaking them down off the pallets. Watch you fix it. Guy in the dozer. Sticks in it. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm not, that's baby formula. I've got baby formula on my truck. And that's baby formula.
Why they hurting babies, man? Bill Gates and his ass whooped.
Y'all, I'm going to try to get as much of this as I can without anybody seeing. That is stats. That's one of the mountains of baby formula cans they have. And there's thousands of pallets sitting all over there, all behind me, all in front of me. I've got a whole 45,000 pounds of baby formula on.
I blame it on Bill Gates. I blame it on Bill Gates. He always talking this the population control, right? Okay. Then we got come on, y'all trying to hurt the babies now. Y'all trying to y'all already kind of try to stop us from reproducing. Y'all already said the planet's already too populated. Why wouldn't y'all go at kids? They gave the little to like us, and then they start enforcing it on kids. Like, come on, like, I blame Bill Gates. We gonna go straight to it. I'm not looking at nobody else. It's Bill Gates' fault. It's Bill Gates' fault. He's the mastermind behind all these people's ideas. They actions, I should say.
First and foremost, when it comes to these ancient stories of genocide, it's not about any other group of people but you, beloved. A lot of our people went back to Orion and Ceres, but we've been fighting against the Draconian Empire for a very long time. After leaving, they swept this particular plane with the so-called Ice Age and formed these ice walls you see today. The Olympians, or in which I like to refer to as the Draconian Empire, sought Prometheus and Epimetheus. Now, of course, those are the Greek titles or names of those nations. Yes, nations, but we're going to go along with it anyway. As shown here in plain sight, Prometheus and Epimetheus were an engineered class of people. They did not look like this. They looked like you and I. Now, we all came across the phrase, not all skinfolk your kinfolk. It's really not new under the sun, and in this case scenario, the Draconian Empire got the upper hand on us. Snow was never intended to be on this plane, ever. We intended for this to be tropical and full of life. As I mentioned before, when our people fled back to Orion and Ceres, they flooded the land with the so-called Ice Age. Not only that, but they engineered the atmosphere from a carbon-based to a nitrogen-based atmosphere. They did this by removing and destroying the most important aspect of us, are access to pure, unfiltered carbon. Burying these pyramids underwater in blocks of ice ensured that our ancestors didn't have access back and forth. That wasn't all they did. The pineal gland itself is a wormhole. Same thing. They put blocks of ice or crystallized the pineal gland so the wormhole, the gateway, can't open and you can receive the information or even conjure ancient ancestors within your DNA. I personally refer to us as cosmic instruments and cellular beings because we produce frequencies and we are of a cellular structure.
And here we are with another sign that proves we are the last generation that will see the return of Christ. In Revelations chapter 9, during the sixth trumpet, it says the great river Euphrates dries up, and below it releases 4 angels that are bound, that wreak havoc upon the earth. Now look what they just found.
Heating waters of the Euphrates River have revealed many ancient archaeological sites. Just recently, a mysterious cave also has been found. The cave is so mysterious that origin is still unknown. People still investigate whether the cave was dug by human or by demon. It is impossible to say the caves were formed by itself. Some people suggest the caves were prisons. They probably were used to jail demon. Since Euphrates River have run dry and the demons have been released as mentioned in the Bible. That is why this discovery is often connected to Revelation chapter 9 verse 14.
So we've been told that we...
Yo, if those caves was there to hold demons, and ain't nobody there no more, where you think those demons at? What you think those demons is doing? I'm just saying, what we think they at, man? What positions are they holding? If that's what they was used for. But they talking about, you know, what was in the book, what was in a good book, and like what's actually happening. Sometimes I often question, because you know you're supposed to question everything respectfully. I'm not disrespecting no religion. But what if they wrote the book? I'm not saying I believe nothing. I'm just giving analogies, giving ideas. Let's say they wrote the book. And when they controlling the weather and they doing the things that they doing and they harming the planet, they automatically knew what was going to happen. So they just wrote it in the book. And so when we see this, we start to think like, oh, it says it in the book. Like, what if they set that up too? I'm asking for a friend. That's all I'm doing. I'm not sure. But it is something I just thought of. Like, what if they wrote the book, created all these ideas, and then set it up to where the book looks like it's actually happening with what they already have set up? I mean, they smart like that. They plan that far ahead. That's why I'm asking. Like, and I just don't want to think one way. Y'all know what I mean?
We need to protect our skin with sunscreen from the sun and our eyes with sunglasses from the sun. But I'm starting to wonder, is the sun actually causing skin cancer or any form of cancer at all? Or is it actually really beneficial for you? Well, for starters, 15 to 20 minutes of direct sunlight on a daily basis will raise your testosterone levels. And sunlight is obviously the most potent and powerful source of vitamin D and natural source that you can possibly get. Ever heard of sun gazing? Yeah, the Egyptians knew all about it. They would stare at the sun at the last 30 minutes of the sunset or the first 30 minutes of a sunrise, and it would literally increase their sight and all sorts of beneficial things. Also, they built these pyramids under the Orion Belt, and the stars align above the Orion Belt every single year, once a year. How's that happen if we're on a ball spinning through space, chasing the sun at 500,000 miles an hour? But sunscreen specifically, you guys, it should just be obvious by reading the ingredient list that this shit is terrible and carcinogenic. Hormone disruption, organ system toxicity, hormone disruption, enhanced absorption of pesticides, hormone disruption, reproductive toxicity, and more. Your skin is the biggest organ on your body and it absorbs everything that you put on it. So please make sure you're not putting carcinogenic chemicals on your skin from sunscreen. And when you're wearing any pairs of these that are blocking the UV rays from the sun to hit your retina, that's stopping your skin from producing chemicals to protect your skin from the sun, causing you not to burn. That's why you'll see people that wear sunglasses, their skin always burns really bad. I sat in the sun for like 2 hours today, didn't burn at all, and I'm white as can be. But back to sun gazing, improves dream recall, boosts energy, increases melatonin, serotonin, fights fatigue, increases pineal size, and I've heard it decalcifies your pineal gland, improves quality of sleep, helps seasonal affective disorder, improves endocrine health. I'm not so sure we've been told the truth about the sun as far as its effects or what it really is. But check out this lady explaining a pretty logical thought process about the sun.
I think the sun causes cancer.
Well,
Everybody says stay out of the sun because it causes cancer.
that's right. They did a study at Baylor University where they took 2 groups of experimental animals. They gave one the standard American diet, which is terrible. They gave the other one a highly nutritious diet. Then they exposed both groups of animals to the ultraviolet rays of the sun. In the group on the standard American diet, 25% got skin cancer. In the group on the highly nutritious diet, not one animal got skin cancer. It's the way we're eating. Skin cancer is a relatively new phenomenon in the last 60 years or so, and yet our ancestors for hundreds of years have been living outdoors, working outdoors, and they didn't get skin cancer.
And if you want to see more truth on your TikTok, be sure to follow me before you head out of here.
Yo, I used to work from home to like last year, I would say May to like the beginning of this year, like February, I was working from home. And I wasn't going out and going anywhere. Everything I did was at the house. And I was always getting sick. Like I would just catch the common cold, the flu. I had got COVID out of nowhere. And my mom's was like, it's because you're not leaving the house. If you leave home and you go get some sunlight, and yeah, you increase your vitamin D, and it's gonna help your immune system. I didn't think of that. Stop working from home, bruh. I rarely get sick again. Like I rarely go back to being sick. If I do, it's like allergies, sore throat here and there. But yeah, so the sun, he ain't lying. And a lot of y'all didn't tell me about like how to receive energy from the sun. And yeah, just don't do it when it's blazing hot outside. But yeah, nah, that's on point. That's on point. But yeah, I thought that was, interesting that, I let y'all know, like, man, I was getting sick. I don't know if y'all have been through that, but I know I have. And it was weird at first, but it makes a whole lot of sense.
I don't want you to think that I dislike you. Why would I think that you dislike me? I don't think listen, it's not you per se. It's not you per se to dislike me. It's that y'all don't like yourselves. See, because if you loved yourself, then you would never lie to us about your genetics. If you loved yourself, you would never abuse us. If you loved yourself, you would never have to do that. See, I walk around with this right here. This is not in your schools. Why this not in your schools? Why don't we know that there is a difference between your blood cell and my blood cells? Why don't we know that your skin is mucous membranes and my skin has hydrocarbon and neuromelanin? Why don't we know that? You know why we don't know that? Because you're not happy with yourself. You love yourself. Yeah, here you go. I sure do. He said it's right there at the bottom of that. Right there. And my YouTube channel.
Even though we might look a little different and be made up of a different thing, it's still a good versus evil war.
The best way to hide stuff from
Remember that.
is to put it in the book. And goddamn it, they wouldn't lie. Welcome to Whitewash, episode 3. Today's investigation, we got King Charles II. Now, before y'all get mad at me for telling y'all that this motherfucker ain't him, I'm just gonna say this. If y'all was that fly then, y'all be that fly now. But let's see how history describes him. King Charles II was known as the Black Boy King. He got that nickname from his mama on account of being born with dark hair, dark brown eyes, and a dark complexion. After his daddy got his head chopped off, King Charles was on the run. On the Parliament morning posters, he was described as a tall black man. They would have never found his ass. Now, King Charles also had a few baby mamas. Let's see what them kids look like. Now, Charles Lenox, Duke of Richmond, is son of King Charles II by the Duchess of Portsmouth. He is described as a well-shaped, black complexion, much like King Charles, not 30 years old. George Fitzroy, Duke of Northumberland, I don't know what the fuck that word is, is son of King Charles II by Duchess of Cleveland. And he's described as a tall black man like his father, the king. Charles, Duke of Athens, is son of King Charles II by Miss Gwen. And he's of a black complexion as well. Not too tall, but yet very like King Charles. And this is a weathered statue of King Charles. Look closely. Anyway, I'm about to start heating up in my next few posts. So please like, share, and follow. And just in case they try to ban me, follow my backup page on YouTube. The link is up above.
Teslas can see ghosts.
I got my Tesla a few weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks to be exact. And I'm having second thoughts. Not because it's not a badass car, because it is. It's fast and all this technology. But wait. So I was having some software issues. Went to see the technician. We walked to my car. We got inside. He said, oh, yeah, you got all the cameras inside and outside. Have you gone up to the cemetery? I'm saying, no. Why? He said, because they can pick up ghosts and spirits. I'm like, yeah. He said, no. Go to YouTube. So I didn't think anything of it. But I did get home. I went to YouTube. And yeah. These people were actually in the cemetery and they saw ghosts. It creeped me the fuck out. So, again, didn't think of it. Wednesday morning, woke up frightened. And it dawned on me. Monday, I was headed to the bike shop. And I saw an image. And I'll show you in a second what I'm talking about. Walking. And I looked to the side. I was at a stoplight. Didn't see anything. And a truck in front of me, car in the back of me. The image appeared again. So I said, where is it? Where is the person? Because I want to make sure they're not approaching me. Nothing. There's another person walking, right? So that's what it shows. It shows you the cars around you, in front of you, or whatever. There's not many cars in front of me. Okay, so there's a car coming on the side of me. Okay. That was a fucking ghost. Or a spirit. And also, there's a cemetery on the same route. I don't know if I had passed it or was approaching it. But that shit creeped me out. I don't want to see ghosts and spirits in this car. No, and you know, Muslims talk about jinns all the time, and some of those jinns are bad. So, I don't know. I wonder if there's some kind of way you could turn those images off or whatever. It's creepy.
Look, I don't care about seeing all that. I'm still getting a Tesla. There's 2 upgrades I'm making. 3. I'm owning my home. I'm getting me a Tesla, and I'm getting me a Challenger. Straight up, ain't no other way. But I'm not pressed by seeing no ghosts and no spirits. I'm not pressed by it because I know the strength of me. I'm a strong vessel, so it ain't getting me. And I've had dreams and seen certain things actually in a physical form. So I'm like, yeah, I know. Yeah, that's not pressing me. And he said he don't want to see it. He wants to turn it off. Turning it off ain't gonna change the fact that they walking around you still. And yeah, it doesn't change the fact that if it's gonna try to attempt to attack or infiltrate or, you know, feed on your energy, whatever, it's gonna do that, whether you see it or whether you don't. I'd rather be able to see it so I know, okay, I have an idea of what may have happened, or you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm still getting a Tesla, and I know a lot of people be telling me don't get no Tesla. Look, I don't know. I don't know why, but well, I know why, but yeah, I gotta get one. I gotta get one. I gotta get one. Like, yeah, it's just something I gotta do for me. I gotta do it. But on to the next one. Y'all can disagree if y'all like. It's fine. I'm still gonna get one.
Someone in a previous video of mine commented that when you see a building that says founded in 1733 or founded.
No, they found it.
I always thought it meant the foundation. It was
Damn.
built in that year.
Language,
It
man.
never occurred to me to ask, you really think people with horse and buggy actually built these things? I mean, it's almost like people with horse and buggy were like plopped into that time. Like there was someone there before them who built all this and then disappeared. So it's like
Please
almost
stop saying like.
I mean, haven't you ever felt like, horse and buggy, all that, didn't match. And that's when you smart TikTok people told me about the Tartarians and the giants, and it just you just explored a whole new world. I mean, haven't you ever wondered, how come we don't build buildings like that anymore? I know I have, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Seriously, look at this. City and County Hall, Buffalo. It's almost like all these government agencies took over these beautiful places. But it's true, you do see on the buildings founded in, 1875. Something to think about. What do you think? Let me know.
Hey, downtown Sac do look kind of like that a little bit. Some of those buildings.
Is leading the way. We provided Ukraine with nearly $7 billion in security assistance since I took office. The next few days, we intend to announce more than $800 million more, including new advanced Western air defense systems for Ukraine, more artillery and ammunition, counter battery radars, additional ammunition for the HIMARS multiple launch rocket system we've already given you.
The Greatest Music Conspiracies, Part 2. Is Stevie Wonder blind? Disclaimer, I love Stevie Wonder and I respect him and he's the greatest.
We live in a building on Wilshire. So you park your car in the valley's out there, so I'm already in the building. I'm coming through the lobby. Yo, this Stevie Wonder. He comes in, says, "What's up, Shaq?" Presses the button. Oh, that's true story. Presses the button, gets off on the floor, by himself, goes to the room. I went and call every person I know. He got another place. "What's up, Shaq? How you doing, big dog?" Yes, he did. Yeah.
But y'all don't know, Stevie can see. Stevie can see. He's just an act. He can see. Stevie can see. I go over to his house, and he says, "I got a record I want you to hear." He pulls a cassette out. Cassette. All we don't know. A cassette is a, forget about it. So he pulls the cassette, he says, "Come over with me in the car." He goes out to the car, and he goes on the driver's side. And he said, "Get on the passenger side." I get on the passenger side. And then he puts the cassette in, he cranks the car, and he goes, and he puts it in reverse, and starts down the driveway. He's going down the driveway. I said, "Stevie!" He goes, "I got you." I'm on the radio. I get a phone call. It's Stevie Wonder. I said, "Yo, Stevie, where you at, man? You supposed to be here." Now I'm on 19th floor on Wilshire doing my radio show. I said, "Stevie, where you at?" He said, "I'm here, man. Just pulling up." I said, "Mom, you can't drive." He said, "Oh, yes, I can. Look out the window." This motherfucker was in my new truck with the windows down, and it was moving real slow, and the motherfucker was waiting. I'm on stage with Chris Tucker and Johnny Gill. Chris Tucker and I are Johnny Gill's background dancers. Stevie walks on stage, walks to me, looks me dead in my eyes, and says, "Anthony, get me to a piano." I was like, "Stevie, well, hell, if you just walked to me, you could have walked to the piano." He caught himself. He caught himself and had to play it off. And so I took him to the piano, and he played.
Did you challenge Stevie Wonder to a basketball game?
And he won. He won. He won. He won. Okay. Remind me a few planes. Oh, wow. You flying yourself? I flew a plane once in well, actually twice. Actually landed a plane.
And of course, this one right here, look at this. He's about to catch that thing. He's gonna catch that microphone stand. Boom. He catches it. What's up? What do you think?
I respect Stevie. I love his music. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like I ain't never thought he wasn't blind. I swear I thought he wasn't blind before. It's just the glasses. Sometimes it's like, yeah, the way he wear them. I don't know. That I didn't believe Shaq's story. I kind of believe, but when I heard Anthony Anderson's story, I was like, nah. When he said he caught himself, the way he said it, that sounded like a real story. But yeah, before I seen this video, I would have thought, I do have moments where I'm like, man, Stevie ain't blind. He not blind. Ray Charles was blind. Stevie Wonder ain't blind. It's just a difference. It's different. It just hit different. I don't know. I don't know. But respectfully, I love Stevie Wonder's music. And if he is really blind, I apologize for this. But I do believe he sometimes ain't blind. Sometimes he ain't. Nah. Y'all let me know what y'all think.
It's other beings and other star constellations on other planets, people. They're looking like us. Meaning they got legs like me, upper body like me, but the head of a goddamn lion. But there's a group of advanced civilized beings, and they are on our side. They the good guys. They're on our team. Very, very powerful. They look just like us, but they have the head of a female lioness. So imagine a lion without all the mane. And their women have these heads as well as their males on their planet. And if you go look at Egypt, you'll see hella drawings of these beings on walls. Y'all gotta get used to seeing animals mixed with gods. Because that's gonna come soon for y'all to see again. Like, you see it when you look at ancient Kemet. You see it with the Anubis and these different, but you thinking they just designs. But these Kemet, like I say, these people are looked at as the most advanced beings amongst your civilization down here. But they are not. It get way more advanced than that. But what I'm saying is the ancient Kemet, do you think these people that designed the pyramids, the designers of pyramids, that they would just sit there and just draw motherfucker half god, half lion head for no reason? If they didn't see these beings, you think they was just painting shit on the wall, nigga? They just finger painting, huh? Now they just simple-minded beings. They just finger painting. No, they was vibrating even higher. You see how big them statues is over there in Egypt? That's how big they was when they made the statues. That's why the statues that big. The tallest we would get was up to 150 feet. We was huge. We was on higher frequencies, higher dimensions, fam. Higher frequency, higher dimensions, family. Facts, nigga. Facts, nigga. It is a magical realm. And I'm trying to tell you that, like, listen, family, you have no clue what you have been deprived of. If you could only see how the world was before 1492, y'all would tear this bitch up right now if you only knew what you have been reduced down to. Like, down on this planet, the pyramids is one of the greatest inventions they talk about. But the pyramids is nothing compared to what, if you only knew what y'all have done. Your ancestors, you all have accomplished so much. I'm talking to all my black and Latino people that's watching right now. Gods and goddesses, youth, old, whatever. Y'all don't know what y'all is. You have accomplished so fucking much. You have done so much. The pyramids ain't shit. With all due respect, the pyramids ain't shit compared to what we have done. Like I say, we created everything. Right? And you don't know that. You're oppressors, and they don't want you to know that.
Almoroccans, or Americans. The European colonists took over and started calling themselves Americans and started changing the history, saying that they brought us here. We were always here. You've got pyramid kuntas in Central South America that are older than the pyramids in Giza in Misraim that the people call Egypt. Older. You've got civilization principles that are here in Lower Egypt that you call Kentucky and Tennessee area that is older than they are in what you call Egypt. But those things are held secret because they don't want these people to know that they're the heirs apparent to this land. So they branded them Negro, black, and colored to cut off the linear history. So when the people think they're Negro, black, and colored, they can't tie to the illustrious history of the founders of civilization. And as a matter of fact, they keep trying to leave and everybody else trying to come here because they don't even know that this is the hub.
I just asked somebody that recently, like, I said, do you think that, and I already knew the answer, but I was just asking, and I was like, you think that, like, we were already here, and they may have brought slaves, but we were already here, and this was our land, and we thinking Africa was our land? And it is, but this is more of our land, if you get what I mean. I was just asking, and they were like, yeah, it's interesting, but they probably gave us these names and this and this and this to divide us from. And I was like, I had thought the first half, and you know, I had bring up the first half, and then they had bring up the second, and then that's, you know, I was like, yeah, they connected the whole dots. I was just asking, see if they would pick up on it, and they was like, yeah, I think so. That's crazy that I saw this clip though, because I just asked somebody that.
I was born Terrence Howard. I've become an actor. You know, I've been nominated for Oscars and Golden Globes and SAG Awards, but those weren't the things that really moved me. As a child, I studied chemical engineering at Pratt Institute, was there for 2 years until I saw that there was an inconsistency with the math there. And so I went out to explore a new way of understanding how the universe worked, and I was able to define the grand unified field equation they've been looking for and put it into geometry. And then with that geometry, I was able to put props on that. And what I'm saying is now we have invented a new form of flight that I would like to bring here to Uganda to replace the drones, to replace the helicopters, to replace the planes. We have all the funding necessary. What we need is just a fertile ground in which to build this. Now, this is the geometry of hydrogen. Of hydrogen. Hydrogen. This is the proton itself. So any bond that hydrogen can make, our linchpins are able to make. So we're talking about unlimited bonding, unlimited predictable structures, supersymmetry. And the linchpins are now able to behave as a swarm, as a colony that can defend the nation, that can harvest food, that can remove plastics from the ocean, that can give the children of Uganda and the people of Uganda an opportunity to spread this and to sell these products throughout the world. So we are no longer just selling agricultural products and pieces from the land. We can now sell and take center stage with technology. But the main purpose is to defend the sovereignty of a peaceful place and a peaceful people without having to have our young men lose their lives.
I know a few people think that this is completely left field for Terrence Howard, but it's not. He's been working on this for some years now. I think I remember hearing about it for the first time around 2019. Here's his website so that way you can go to it and read more about his linchpin technology. I do know that it's real technology that has been tested. He even held a competition back in 2021 for what I believe was the design of the linchpin drone. Terrence Howard, if you see this, I don't mind relocating to Uganda if I can be of any assistance.
If that's true, protect Terrence Howard. If this is
New
real.
York City shuts their blocks down so that they can spray for West Nile virus. What the hell is going on? Check this out. Too much going on. I wouldn't trust none of it.
Y'all know where I'm heading with this. Who has invested into, what is it, robotic mosquitoes, if I'm not mistaken? Who is it? I'll wait. Y'all drop it in the comments, because y'all know who I'm about to blame. Again, this is Bill Gates' fault. He probably put off them mosquitoes off into the air full of West Nile virus when they was stinging and getting everybody, or they about to, or hit a select few. But yeah, we all know who fault that was. I told you, we blaming Bill Gates. We going straight to the head. We going straight for the head. Ain't no looking at nothing else. Nobody else, nothing else. Right now, he is the issue. He's the issue. He keep coming up in stuff about chemicals in crops. He keep coming up with population control. He keep coming up with what we can't mention. Like, yeah, we need to get him. Mosquitoes. Well, it's probably even the birds that supposedly ain't real. That's, you know, drones or whatever. Bill Gates' fault.
Yo, the plane now. Hey, excuse me. The plane. It's not even.
Side by side, coming over to different runways.
No. Look.
Yeah. We're both now, two separate runways.
It's not moving. We were way behind it. It's not moving.
She trying to justify why she's seeing what she's seeing. I want to see something like that from my own personal experience.
Humanity's been under the control of reptilian extraterrestrials for thousands of years, and these beings originate from subterranean Earth in these vast tunnel systems and cities that have existed for thousands of years. They have infiltrated every single aspect of human life on the surface, from politics to law enforcement to the judicial system, banking, media, music, food production, all of it. and humanity is kept asleep because certain additives are put in the water and the food and the air to keep them asleep, to keep them from accessing their powers of higher consciousness. These reptilian extraterrestrials fooled humanity to believe that their savior actually exists outside of themselves, and that they are not at the center of the universe, and they exist on a spinning ball, chasing a ball of fire, and all of this water magically sticks to the ball because of something called gravity, and humanity just believed it because they programmed them from the time they were 5 years old, looking at their first globe, asking the teacher why people didn't fall off Australia. So the way the movie goes is humanity begins to awaken because the sun begins to shift, and the evil overlords blame it on cows and cars, but really humanity begins to awaken consciously because the sun is shifting, and so humanity begins to awaken their inherent spiritual power that is called Kundalini energy, and they learn to realize that their thoughts are affecting reality. And so they begin to break away from this control system, and they begin to see through the veil of deception. These reptilian extraterrestrials are very evil, and they have been existing by keeping humanity asleep and controlled and chasing money in a very stressful life situation that is only furthered by their control system. And all the while, these beings have been trafficking children through these, that their thoughts are affecting reality. And so they begin to break away from this control system, and they begin to see through the veil of deception. These reptilian extraterrestrials are very evil, and they have been existing by keeping humanity asleep and controlled and chasing money in a very stressful life situation that is only furthered by their control system. And all the while, these beings have been trafficking children through these underground tunnels and harvesting a certain hormone from these children in her.
Again, before y'all jump in the comments and be like, oh, there's audio issues going on with your video. There's no audio issues. I live in the middle of a neighborhood where it get I live in the hood, alright? So yeah, it's not the hood, but yeah, it goes down over here from time to time. So when you hear things in the background, it's not me, it's not my household, it is outside, and literally it's right at, it's all, we on a busy street. So yeah, it's no audio issues. It's called the hood.
Horrific ways, because that hormone keeps them young and it's their fuel, and humanity had no idea. In the very end, humanity awakens, and through unified consciousness they defeat the reptilian overlords, because the savior has always been within. That's the plot of the movie.
People, you do not want to miss this. Pyramids found in Antarctica. So what you're seeing here is the military jump out of a military helicopter on parachute. They're landing. As you can see, there's quite a lot of them going to investigate the pyramids in Antarctica. We know that Antarctica is a massive landmass that was habitable, lush, had waterfalls, greenery, and at one point, all over the earth, we see pyramids in Japan, under the water, Pakistan, China, South America. So all over the world there were pyramids. Pyramids are a source of energy, a source to store energy, it's an energy conduit, and they were covered with smooth white limestone, so you could see these things glistening from miles away. They were perfectly aligned by the stars, and you can imagine the pyramids working as in a grid system for a circuit board, and the earth is a giant circuit board, and the pyramids linked everything. Now, this clip has been leaked, obviously by one of the soldiers. You can see the soldiers taking the footage of the plane and on land. And the History Channel, which is going to be the clip that follows this, they touched on it. They touched on this years ago. So the clip will follow after. Look at the scale of these pyramids to the people and to the military helicopters.
Big as hell.
Dwarfing the ones in either.
I think they did settle there.
I just want y'all to see this. Like, this is it's raining out here. It's been thundering and raining out here in Virginia. Literally, look at the sky. This is very, very weird. I know what a sunset look like. Trust me. And it's 8:30 at night right now. Why is the sky this color? This is not no sunset. Once again, y'all need to stay woke. All y'all be on here talk about some, oh, y'all spiritual people believe anything. Like, look at that back there. No, it ain't about nothing about us believing any and everything. It's about opening your fucking eyes. Pay attention to this. This is in Virginia right now. Look at the sky. So what y'all gotta say now?
The only time I seen something like that was maybe a few years ago when we had them fires all through Cali. The skies was red, the sun was like, yeah, blocked out with smoke. It was just, yeah, it got to the point where you seen ashes falling on cars. Like, yeah, it was bad. Literally, I think like right after that, I want to say the world shut down. Like, yeah, I think it was right after. I think it was like the end of 2019, the fires hit, and then it might have been end of 2019, and then it led right into 2020. But yeah, we got to the end of this one, man. It's been a little bit of a long one. I appreciate y'all if y'all stuck all the way through. And if you new to the channel, and if you haven't already, please like this video. Please comment below what you want to see more. Also, when you like the video, man, it helps the community grow. It helps us reach more people. More people can see this, learn more. You know, we can spread this knowledge since there's so much misinformation that's out in the world. And then make sure that you hit that bell so you're always notified. Like I said, I'm aiming to drop at least every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. But with no further ado, man, I'll see you on the next one. We up out of here. Go.